Welcome to Behind the Smoke Podcast, Barbecue War Stories. My name is Sean Walchef with Cali Comfort Barbecue. We are recording above the butcher shop, and it is Barbecue Festival Week, and I'm with my man, Derek Marceau, Valley Farm Market. Are you ready, Derek?
I am actually placing a bet. Sorry.
Can you bet on the Barbecue Festival?
I'm betting on...
That was Del Mar. We bet on barbecue.
I have an issue.
You have an issue?
Yeah. I don't like to watch games unless I put some
you got action on them?
So I had to make the game interesting tonight for me, so I put some money on...
Who are we cheering for?
I can't tell you, bro.
Ooh, I'm going to find out.
Don't want you to fuck up my what I got going on.
Your mojo?
Yeah. Well, but we're barbecue week, so we're excited. You know, it's 9 years is a long fucking time.
9 years is a very long time. That's how long we've known each other. The barbecue event marks our friendship. When I came over, little boy that didn't know what the fuck he was doing in Spring Valley, to go ask the butcher to donate some meat for our amateur barbecue event.
Yeah, and here we are. We did nine events, Del Mar. We got Cali Comfort and Valley Farm doing great in Spring Valley and looking to continue growing this business. But it's been great because we got to meet a lot of cool people along the way.
I think that's probably the thing that you and I take the most pride in, is the connections and the relationships and the barbecue family that we've been able to build because of this event, this amateur barbecue event, but also just barbecue in general. You know, our relationship with the people that we've had on this podcast, the people that listen to this podcast, that support our events, that have been coming out to Spring Valley since we started, that help us by donating shirts, by donating time, by donating golf carts. You and I have been on the phone for 9 years asking for favors of local businesses, and without those favors, we couldn't put this event on.
Yeah, and we like to think that it's not just a favor because we like to support them as well. I mean, the people that we do ask have, you know, probably asked us a ton as well, and it's almost like a marriage. We just do everything we can for each other, and excuse me, but it's been great. Like I said, the relationships that we get, the people that we get to talk to, the person that, you know, thinks they're doing amazing barbecue in the backyard and wants to, you know, come to a KCBS event and they see it, they're like, man, that's really, really exciting. How do I get started? Well, we have an event for them to get started, and, you know, they can do it. We have 30 teams this year. It's going to be really, really cool to see some of these teams that have never done it before, really, you know, see what they got, see if their barbecue is as good as they think it is. And I think it's kind of overwhelming for a lot of people, but they'll get a taste of it, and it becomes very, very addicting.
Yeah, I think, you know, today's guest, Double D, Derek Dawson from the San Diego Gulls, I think there's a reason why we wanted to bring him on this week during Barbecue Week, because he has stepped into the barbecue world. He did it as part of his responsibilities as a San Diego Gulls representative in the front office, but I think he caught the barbecue bug, and he's been participating in this amateur event, and he participated up in Del Mar, and he gets it. He gets it. He's been supporting the show, and he continues to give back and doing all these cool things, starting to get sponsors that are reaching out to him, Camp Chef and others, and we love to watch it. So welcome to Behind the Smoke, Derek.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And he's a fucking beer connoisseur, or was. What do you consider now?
Are you a retired beer connoisseur?
It's like it's complicated. Is that like relationship status?
100%. 100%. I'm that way. I'm 100% that way with
We're
beer.
Probably in the same boat. Take a break here and there.
Yeah, it was big for me for so many years. Took some time off. Didn't drink beer at all for, God, like a year or two. Just started getting back into it a little bit by drinking Coors Light, of all things. And slowly, you know, getting back out there.
It's the gateway drug.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a certified Cicerone. I knew about microbrew beer before anyone, you know, in San Diego was even doing it. But now kind of getting back into it and liking it a little bit more. It's been cool. But yeah, welcome. The craft barbecue scene is blowing up too. And, you know, you're really taking it. You've done amateur, now you've done KCBS. Talk to us about your journey, how you got started, why you're doing what you do, and what you really love about it.
Yeah, so like Sean said, I do work with the Gulls, and I met Sean through that relationship, and it was pretty easy for me to see that Sean was a guy that had the same kind of vision and interests as I did, and it's always easy to support people that are kind of into those things and doing the right thing in the community. So he told me about this barbecue competition, and I was like, yeah, just like you just said, like I was the backyard guy whose family's always saying, you guys talk about it a lot. The family's saying, oh yeah, the barbecue's great, man. I love barbecue. And you just get this ego and you're like, oh yeah, I can do a barbecue competition. Like it's easy. Like let me at it. I didn't even have a smoker. So I borrowed a smoker. That was this will be my 4th Spring Valley competition coming up this year. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's incredible.
Year 4. And
we haven't scared you away.
I borrowed a smoker for that year. No, you haven't scared me away. And I was completely unprepared. I had no clue what I was doing. It was me and one other guy, Micah from our office. We came out here and we had an amazing time and placed terribly. Right. But there was unfinished business, and I was like, I don't quit when I do poorly. I want to go get better and then try to dominate. Sure.
see how you can get better, what you can do. Yeah. Absolutely.
And I found out in this sport it's a gradual incline, but we're getting there. We're competitive, and we placed in tri-tip here in Spring Valley last year, so it was pretty awesome.
That's got to be something exciting to see the progression of what you've been doing. And do you think the reason why you're doing better is because you're getting better quality meats or anything like that, or is it just the knowing what to do and how to plate your box and the times and just experiencing and doing it repetition after repetition and kind of figuring out what's your keys to the success?
Every competition I've gotten my meat here at Valley Farms, so I think meat quality is not an issue. I know meat quality is not an issue. No, it's definitely meeting the right people, hearing people, and some people have a problem with that. I don't. You can learn a lot from people. If you think you know everything, you're not going to learn anything, though. Sure. So you got to go with the right attitude. And Sean introduced me to Gene, and I took that barbecue 101 class with all 3 of you guys and learned a lot there. And then getting into the competitions, the other competitors are your biggest asset around you. And don't be intimidated to go up to the guy next to you and have a relationship with them. You might not need their help, but you're at least saying hello and being friendly. You guys are spending hours together out there. Right. You might as well be friendly and get to know each other. And I've had the best tips and assists from people out there in the competition scene that I've had anywhere. It's unreal.
Yeah, I know for me, when we were doing it in Kansas, some of the best things I learned were from my competitors. Yeah. And doing them, they're like, hey, they'd always call me kid, because when I first started, I was like 22 years old, and they're like,
somebody
hey, kid,
called you kid?
Yeah, kid, what are you doing over there? And I'm like, oh, shit, what am I doing wrong, But they just, whether it be figuring out how to wrap your brisket or figuring out how to take the decal off from the point in the flat, just doing different things and why you did them. I'm a why guy, right? So I'm always like, I saw that you did that, but why did you do that? Help me understand. And you'll realize a lot of this barbecue community, all they want to do is help educate. Yeah. They're like, oh, dude, here's why I did it, and they'll explain it to you. Those are the things that I always took when I was young. I'm like, man, the why has helped me more than anything else. Like, I don't want to just trim this brisket because that guy trimmed it the same way. I want to know why I'm trimming it this way and what I'm really gaining from it there. So doing the amateur and then now experiencing your first KCBS, how did that feel?
Dude, I'm looking forward to Sunday so much because the KCBS competition was so draining. That's a beast. That is a freaking beast. It scared me to hell. Staying out overnight there was 3 of us on my team that stayed overnight, and we slept in the back of our cars. And you're doing the long cooks with the pork and the brisket, and it's a completely different beast. I going into it, I was very well prepared in my mind, but then getting there, I was like, I could have done a lot more here. Yeah. But it's not easy to do that, right? Like, you're not going to cook a brisket every weekend.
But you don't know that until you do it.
Absolutely.
And it's the same thing we talk when I'm talking to my friends that are having kids. And I'm like, I can't tell you anything right now that's going to actually prepare you for when that kid comes out, because no matter how ready you think you are for this kid to come out, you're not ready. No. And you don't understand what it's like to not sleep forever and to run on fumes and the kids throwing up and shitting everywhere. And like those things, it's gnarly, but it's so rewarding. So to do the KCBS event, you got through it. Now this next time you do, it's going to be so rewarding because you're like, okay, I know what to expect. I know how to do it. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to space out our time. You got this shift. I have this shift. Here's what you're going to do. You're doing the chicken. You're going to do the skin. Whatever it is, you guys are going to have your rotations down, and it's just going to be, like you said, that much better. The progression of the experience. That's what is the best about barbecue, is the experience. Don't cheat yourself on that experience, because how you were so scared to be honest, you're gonna look back and be like, that was the fucking coolest times ever.
For sure.
Like going there and having that emotion of being like, fuck, I'm so out of my league. I'm so like, what you drove up, you almost not make it up the hill going up to 52.
I was worried. Shout out to Gibby lending me the Suzuki Sidekick and pulling the trailer behind. I'm pulling up to Del Mar, and these guys have their $100,000-$200,000 rigs, whatever they've got out there. You know what I mean? And I'm in the Suzuki Sidekick pulling the pulling the trailer, which hey, it got me there and it got us home. So more power to it. But yeah, I was a little underprepared when it came to like the size of the competition and what I was up against, right?
Yeah. So going into Spring Valley, what were your expectations when you first started? Not necessarily for just the barbecue, but for the crowd, the experience of the whole festival, and what did you get out of it?
That's the best part about Spring Valley, I think, is the way that the community kind of comes together around it more than just the barbecue festival. So having the people come up and wanting to try your stuff and getting to chat with people want to talk technique. The backyard barbecue guy comes up and he's giving you tips, trying to tell you how to cook your meat, which is cool. That's what it's all about, right? We're here and we're having fun, and but seeing the community come around it, the music and everything like that, it's really just an awesome event beyond just the barbecue. So that's what was cool for me, seeing that whole thing come together and the sheer size of it.
And you get to bring your son, who now you get to bring your daughter, and that's going to be pretty cool.
And that's the best part about barbecue for me, man, is just bringing people together and having my family come together. That's really what it's all about. I was at Del Mar listening to results, knowing my name wasn't getting called. I knew damn well my name wasn't getting called after Tri-Tip went by. I thought I had a chance at Tri-Tip. No, but having my family around me, supporting me, it didn't matter what the barbecue tasted like. They're still loving it. Other people are coming to try it out, back in the back there and loving my barbecue. So it was good to have those people around me supporting me, knowing that it wasn't a failure that day. This was a complete success. And having my family there is just the best part.
And then going from borrowing a smoker to now having different smokers, what's your favorite? What's your techniques? What are you doing? What are you cooking on? Go talk about the progression.
Yeah, so I got hooked up with Camp Chef through a friend of mine, Tommy, and I got on with Camp Chef. So I'm using a pellet smoker on the competition circuit. It might not be like the most popular.
So did he make an introduction for you?
Yeah. So he got me on board with those guys. They sent out the smoker, kind of asked me what I wanted, and I was trying to be modest about my ask, and they just sent like the biggest thing they had.
I mean, I think it's important because there's a lot of people that it goes back to what we talked about actually with Nicole Matthews a long time ago, and it's the big ask. If you're not willing to ask, like send a DM, send a question, because if you're passionate about something, there might be a company that is willing to say, hey, I'm not going to give you money, but I can give you product.
For sure.
And if they believe in you, you can develop a relationship.
Yeah, and that's what happened this weekend, actually. So for this weekend, last week, Camp Chef rolled out a new portable pellet smoker. And I hit the guy up and I was like, hey, this competition I'm doing next Sunday is a tailgate themed event. You guys have this new tailgate themed smoker. And he's like, yeah, I need to ship that to you. And it's like, I landed on my doorstep today. So
that's super cool.
Why not ask? It's not going to hurt. It's only going to help them. I'm getting eyes on that thing and the amount of people who'll be out here on the street
for sure. But
checking it out.
I think there's a fine line though. There's the big ask is fine, but entitlement's another thing.
Sure.
So don't feel entitled when you ask someone that they're just going to say yes. Yeah. So you have to earn your stripes too. I mean, you can't just be, a guy off the street saying, hey, whoever it is, Traeger, Camp, whoever it is, give me a smoker. You're not going to just get a smoker. You have to actually go out there, promote stuff, and do stuff. Don't just feel entitled to getting product.
And with that said, there's two things that I'm not doing. I'm not like just hitting every inbox with DMs, because that's just not the right way to do it.
No.
And the other thing I won't do is put my name on something that I don't think works, right? So just because somebody sent you something, maybe it's garbage.
Right.
And I had that happen. I'm not going to say any names, but somebody sent me something and I just didn't like it. It didn't work very well, and I didn't believe in it.
I
put it away, and I'm not going to, mention it.
Right.
I'm not going to trash talk them, but I'm not going to mention it. So you're not just out there taking stuff kind of, feeling like you're obligated to say something. Like I have to believe in their product and think that it's actually a good thing.
No, I think that's a great point that Derek brings up, because I do say you have to reach out, but he's exactly right. Is you can't be entitled just because you sent product. I mean, we have products that get sent to Cali Comfort, that get sent to Valley Farm, that get sent to this podcast, that they're trying to get their product out to a bigger audience. And for us, we're going to do our best to try to review the product if we have time. But, frankly, we've got a lot of things going on, so don't be discouraged not to ask. Do it, but do it in the right way. And I think that's kind of one of the cool things for Derek and I, to watch you doing things the right way and not expecting, hey, I did the barbecue event 1 year, I expect I'm going to win it next year. Like, no, that didn't discourage you from competing again. You signed up again, and you're continuing to work on your craft. And as we talk about multiple times, it's a process.
My name's only as good as I make it, right? It's like people come here to Valley Farm and see the Yetis on your shelves and the grill grates and the Traeger stuff, and that they trust you, right? Mm-hmm. So if I'm going to put my name on something that people are going to go out and say, oh, well, Derek says this is really good, and go out and buy it, then that person just spent like $1,000 on my word. I'm not going to have it be garbage.
Right. No, for sure. I mean, that's good, because we do the same thing at Valley Farm. It's really important for us. We get, like Sean said, product in all the time, and people will send us samples. And when I was saying, that kind of happened to me last week, where a guy sent me a sample, and he was actually very aggressive with wanting to send me a sample. I'm like, sure, dude, send it over. So he sends it over. It's a product for chicken. It's a yogurt based. People put it on their wings, I guess. We made it. I put it, my manager, we have a manager meeting. I let people try it, and no one was really impressed with it, myself included. He DM'd me, hey, what'd you guys think? We know it landed. We saw the tracking number. Betty signed for it, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, like, just so you know, like, we weren't overly impressed, and I appreciate you sending a sample. He's like, well, what'd you put it on? I said, well, we put it on chicken. He goes, well, you had to put it on shrimp or salmon then and try that. I'm like, okay, we'll try it out. But there's just products that just don't fit, and it's okay. Everyone's taste isn't the same. Sure. It actually had like some curry in it, and like, it was just a little off-putting to me. But then you find those ones that are like you would have never found if it wasn't for people on social media, and someone sends you a barbecue sauce. You're like, holy fuck, that was absolutely phenomenal. I have to get that in. And all you want to do is work for that person to help them get out. Yeah. But sauces and rubs and all those things, I mean, I'm telling you, man, that is one of the hardest businesses to ever fucking be in, ever. You have to be in front of consumers all the time, tasting and sampling. And if you are not, your product will stay on the shelf. I don't give a fuck how good it is or whatever. If people don't see it and taste it, they're not going to try it. We barbecue sauces, we have the Sauce Goddess. She comes in and does sampling all the time. Her stuff's really, really good. But if she's not out here sampling, people don't know it. You have to get out there and do it. Product placement in big retail stores is really, really hard to get
I remember
into.
You guys talking about that on the podcast with
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a friend that he was adamant about getting into Costco and just wanted to get into sauce into Costco. Well, what happened is that he went to a few trade shows. They said, okay, we want 1,000 cases. He's like, shit, I got to get a bit more equipment. So he buys more equipment to do the 1,000 cases. Okay, great. Now you're on the West Coast. We want to take you nationwide. We need X amount of cases. Great. So he gets out a loan for $1 million to get all this equipment to do his bottling business. He's doing it for 2 months. Costco comes back and says, okay, we want the same order, but we need it for 60 cents less unit. He's like, well, I can't do that. I'm not making any money. I'll actually be losing money. They're like, okay, then we don't want it anymore. Well, now he's stuck with a loan of $1 million on bottling equipment that he's just fucked, And it's like, they will do that to you if you don't start small and just figure it out. And you have to have really, really good product, man. There's so many different barbecue sauces out there. It's really, really hard. But I fuck barbecue sauces and rubs. I would stay as far away as I could if I was anybody. But who am I?
So tell us more about Camp Chef. I mean, it's good enough that we were over. Thankfully, Fox 5 is amazing. They had us over to come out promote the event. We had Stacy Poon-Kinney from the Trails, who we've had on the podcast. But she's so impressed with what you're doing on Instagram with Camp Chef that she asked us, hey, I'm actually considering getting a Camp Chef. So you're doing the right things. Tell us why you like Camp Chef.
Yeah, so I mean, I was right there at the point where I wanted to check out the pellet grills. Camp Chef landed in my lap. I put it next to one of my buddy's Traegers at some point. The T-Word, sorry. You guys are on.
No, you're fine.
On Team T-Word.
No, we love Chad Ward. We love Big Green Egg.
I joke around.
Yeah,
they're all great products, honestly. But I wanted to make sure that I'm not undersettling right there. So I tried this thing out, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. And I read people's biggest complaints about these things is, oh, you don't get the smoke flavor. Oh, it's not a stick burner. Everybody's got that kind of tangent or that thing on it. So I had to try it, and I tried it out, and it makes good food, man, and it's super easy. Cleanup's awesome. It's got like an ash clean out system. You can do open flame grilling on it with the slide grill system. It's really unbelievable. But it stands right up there with the best of them. I've tried the Traeger myself, and I've tried the Yoder grill myself. Yeah. So those are the only other 2 pellet grills that I've tried, and they're all really good, man. But that Camp Chef quality stands right up there. A lot of their other accessories and products to go along with it make it really cool. I've got the sear box mounted right on the side of my grill, so it's a gas sear box with the actual Grill Grates brand insert on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I got Grill Grates because you guys put your name on it, and bought that from them. They did a Camp Chef grill owners like sale, so I bought that.
Nice.
On my sear box. So it's a propane grill, but I'm doing my reverse searing right there on that, and I plan on doing that at the competition this weekend. I couldn't do it up at Del Mar because of the KCBS rules, but I'm going to do that this weekend and give it a go. So their accessories are really awesome. I mean, they sell like outdoor projector screens for campsites.
Now we're talking.
And showers and some really, really cool campsites.
So they actually
stuff.
Camp.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a full camping company.
Camping. They've got a new wood pit that just came out last week. They've got a whole array of products on their website that are all meant for like camping and being outdoors. I've got the Expedition 3-burner stove, which is like a 30,000 BTU stove, propane stove you can cook. That's got a griddle on it, and it's unbelievable.
Very cool.
Yeah.
When did you catch the barbecue bug?
So I've always loved barbecue. I always thought I knew barbecue, but I mean, real barbecue now when I met you and tried this competition out. And then Gene got me into a Smoky Mountain was what I used in the second competition. I went out and bought a Smoky Mountain, and that's when I was cooking stuff at home, and I was like, oh, this is different, you know, and you're not just throwing stuff on the grill and guessing anymore. I was actually like cooking stuff, and my wife noticed the difference. She wasn't just lying to me anymore. I saw the difference between like, oh, your food's good, and like, oh shit.
That Weber Smoky Mountain, if for price point, I think it's the best smoker out there.
Yeah.
The vertical smoker. I mean, if I'm going to do a competition and you only have a little bit of space, and those things are absolutely amazing. We used to use them when I was in Kansas all the time. That's what we used, and they're very, very true. Got a great flavor to them, consistent through and through. Those Weber Smoky Mountains are good.
If you're just looking for the entry level, I think it's like $199.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It's like extremely cheap. You just buy the charcoal and wood chunks, whatever you want to use in there.
So you wanted to do a pellet smoker just because of convenience in the backyard?
Yeah, absolutely. Ease of use was really attractive to me. I was actually gifted a stick burner, a giant stick burner, which Lee from your restaurant now has it. He renovated this thing. It's unbelievable. I'm like super jealous. I'm like, can I cook on it one time?
Right.
But yeah, ease of use, man. Just throw it in the backyard. There's not a lot of that cleanup, not having to worry about a fire in your backyard. I mean, you still got to be careful, but
well, you're pretty good at making fires, though.
Yeah.
If I remember in Del Mar, there was a little fire going on.
Really?
I was playing with grease.
Is there a barbecue war story I didn't know about?
It wasn't a huge fire, but it was definitely.
It wasn't an explosion. Explosion.
No. I just had a bunch of grease built up. I mean, I did an overnight cook, so I had a bunch of grease built up on the drip pan, which goes down into the little bucket there. Luckily, I caught the flame before it went down into the bucket. Like, I don't know how big it could have gotten, but I was like, man, the temp on the grill. I have the Loki thermometer, which hits my cell phone, right? It's Bluetooth, and my cell phone starts beeping. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
It's getting hot.
Yeah, the grill temp was up to like 350. I'm like, no, that's not right. And I like open the thing up, and there's flames in there. Not like giant flames, but I had to pull meat off. Luckily, we had a few different rigs going, so I had places to put meat. But I was like, oh shit, I just lost this whole competition. I think it was like pre-tournament. Like, so I'm just like, I'm done.
That's the thing. That's the thing. People don't realize, especially when you're doing smaller competitions. If you fuck up one piece of meat, it could ruin your whole event. If you have one turn-in that's wrong, I mean, you can go from, getting a call, being in the top 5, you can go all the way down to 20th if you have one bad category,
If I'm cooking the brisket or the pork on there, I'm wiping it down before I put anything else on there. Yeah. I mean, it was lesson learned. I think it was pretty basic. I probably could have thought about it a little harder, but in the moment, you're going, and I've got my timing, and I'm looking at this and trying to figure out, make sure we're ready for this, and it caught up to me. So
how's your garnishing changed when you first started to what it is now?
So year one, I didn't know about garnishing.
You didn't talk to Gene?
I went to the cook's meeting and talked to Gene at
the cook's meeting. You can only get so much information
at 8:00 or whatever it was.
Well, it's the day of.
Yeah, the day of. You can't be expected to learn everything you need to know.
Year two, go to the cook's meeting again. Forgot about the garnish, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot about the garnish. So I got in my car and drove here to Valley Farm and got some garnish. And
what kind of garnish?
I just got parsley.
There you go.
Regular
Parsley's the way that Gene recommends.
Yeah, and so, but I didn't really realize that it was going to be like a bed of parsley. So I bought like one bushel of parsley or whatever you call it.
Parsley flakes? You started.
Well, I put like a garnish that you see on like a breakfast dish or something.
Right.
You just kind of lay the leaf on the
accent.
side, and that's kind of what
with a little orange slice.
That's against the rules, Sean. I wouldn't break the rules, but
I'm just plating a breakfast plate for you, buddy.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, do I eat this? Do I not?
Yeah.
What is this? But yeah, so then the year three, last year is when I figured out. I asked Gene in between year two and year three. I'm like, Gene, what am I doing wrong with this presentation? And that's probably what got me to the point where last year I was competitive and I got to see scores where I'm like, oh, I could actually like win some stuff in this thing.
Right.
And I did. But yeah, that parsley bed's not exactly what it's advertised. I would recommend like looking at a YouTube video before you jump into competition.
It's really interesting that you say that, because like when we competed in our first KCBS event, I remember reading through all the rules and being just overwhelmed at how many rules there were for all the different meats, for all the different turn-ins, for all the garnish, and then trying to convey that to my brother Tommy, bless his heart, who just didn't have an idea. Like he wanted to do the barbecue, but he didn't understand how important it was to turn in 6 identifiable pieces of meat. Instead, he didn't cook enough identifiable pieces of meat for the first turn in, so he turned in 4 pieces of brisket, and the next time he's like, oh well, the judges are going to know, so I'm going to give them 2 more ribs. I'm like, Thomas, the math doesn't work like that, brother. It's a double blind judging process.
My chicken in year one might not have gotten tasted.
Yeah,
I'll never know, thank goodness, but it was just a box of like shredded chicken. I had no clue, and it was like
shredded chicken.
I didn't practice with chicken, and I'm trying to keep the legs whole, and I'm like trying to keep skin on and keep it from cracking and peeling, and I just like totally just turned in everything else, forgot about the chicken. I'm like, oh, I gotta get this chicken off, and it's just like all right, cool, just throw it in the box, like whatever. I checked the temp. It was at temp. We're good.
I think that's one of the coolest parts about the amateur side of the contest is it just lays the framework of how serious the competition world is. And, until I met Gene, until we started working with Arlie and started working with Kelly and Kathleen from the KCBS, you don't understand how serious this is. And once you do, you can start going and watching YouTube videos. You can start asking other barbecue teams. And like Derek said, paying attention to the garnishes, paying attention to, hey, if I actually go by the rules, I might actually have a better job. I might have a better opportunity to place, as opposed to me just doing whatever the fuck I want to do, turning it in, saying, hey, that's the best barbecue you got.
I'll tell you the thing that I think is the best for anybody that's listening that wants to get better is become a judge. Become a judge and go to a few competitions and just see other turn-in plates that come in, see other profiles that come in that you're tasting different profiles. You get to see what other people are doing. You don't know who it is, but you get to see what other people are turning in and what wins. You're like, all of a sudden a light bulb will just click. You're like, holy shit, that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm not turning it in this way. I'm not garnishing it the right way, or I'm not displaying the brisket. Like, people don't understand, like, before we would do brisket, we would pre-cut our brisket to make sure that when it was done, we just had to slice it and put it in. Like, we would make sure that everything was uniform and in there. And people, like, little things like that, you start to understand. Like, when people turn in chicken, some of this chicken, I mean, it looks almost fake. It's so beautiful. I mean, it's just it's like it's like candy. It's amazing what people can do. And I'm like, mine tasted phenomenal, but there's no way it looked that good.
I didn't learn that presentation style on the chicken until pre-Del Mar. Del Mar was the first competition I did it with that style with the thighs, and you cut the thigh and wrap the skin and the whole deal.
Right.
And I did it at Del Mar, but it looks like cooked bread or something like that.
Yeah.
By the time you're done with
like I said, it almost
looks
looks
like bread
fake.
rolls.
Yeah, it almost looks fake.
But presentation's so important, and however many people beat that into my head, thank you to all of them, because why not get that first 9? Your meat could taste like hell.
Right.
But you've already got a 9 in the books going into it. So, like, you're on the board, right? So just make sure that presentation's on.
So you work full-time for the San Diego Gulls, which is the American Hockey League team here in San Diego. When I say full-time, I mean you're always working for the Gulls. You're very passionate about your job. You're passionate about moving up, doing the best you can to take care of the fans, the season ticket holders. You're also a father. You're also a new father.
Yeah.
How do you have time to do what you love to do and follow your passion and do barbecue?
You got to eat, right? Honestly,
yes,
and that's been the best part about going to the pellet smoker, like you said, for ease of use, is I can turn that thing on, and anything that we would normally cook in an oven at home, I do on my smoker, on my Camp Chef. So the other night, Nikki wanted to do, we cooked cornbread and we did brownies. I think she had like a lasagna we put in there the other night. Anything that we're going to do in the oven, I do it outside, and I just get to know my smoker that much better because I'm using it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I cook on that thing at least 4 days a week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's just practice.
And it allows you to be outside, and hopefully your kids are going outside, because for me, one of the biggest things about my kids and how I parent is that I'll be damned if I'm going to allow a TV or a tablet or a phone to raise my kid.
Yeah.
And I force myself to get home. I'm tired. I wake up at 4 a.m. We grind all day long, and it's easy to go inside and just sit down and put on a show. But I force myself. We go outside. We play catch. We throw tennis balls against the wall. We chase each other. We run around. And if you have a smoker like that, dinner's getting ready too.
Yeah.
And that's amazing that you're doing that. And I know you guys are outside a lot doing the right thing. So kudos to you, man.
I had the coolest dad moment. There's a picture of it. You guys even I think tweeted or retweeted or whatever the picture of Parker and I. Parker got this little. It's actually like a Weber brand plastic grill, and it came with all the little plastic food. And so now when he sees me out there and he sees the smoke, because you can see the smoke kind of bellow in the door, and that's about when my wife yells at me to close the slider.
Right.
He's like, "Dad, can I come barbecue with you?" And that's like, yeah, dude, of course you could come barbecue with me. Like, I would have it no other way. Right. And she caught that picture on, I want to say it was Father's Day, which sounds super cliche, but I'm pretty sure that picture.
I'm pretty sure it was. It was rad. I love that.
And I was just like, oh my god, this is like the coolest part about being a dad ever.
Yeah, they don't always do what you say, but they do what you do.
It's not always rainbow and butterflies.
Yeah,
right?
but they literally just watch you all the time.
Yeah.
I see it, and for me, I have to watch my mouth a lot, as you guys probably are listening or are laughing because I don't hold back. But at home, I mean, I'll catch my sons now saying stuff, and I'm like, oh fuck, that was definitely for me. I need to watch what I'm saying, but just doing those things, being outside, my kids. I'm not kidding you. I have a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 4-month-old. My 2-year-old and 4-year-old 2 weeks ago ran a full mile with me. Outside.
It's awesome.
I did not ask them to come. They asked if they can go jog with Dad. Because they see that I go out for runs. And my oldest said, "Daddy, I want to go run." And I'm like, "Okay, bud. Like, just so you know, like we're gonna go for it." He's like, "Yeah, I want to jog." And then my youngest said, "Yeah, I want to jog. I want to go jog." I'm like, "Okay, buddy, let's go." And I swear to God, they both ran for a full mile and came back. And I think we finished in like 10 minutes and 45 seconds. So it wasn't
That's impressive.
It wasn't fast by any means, but it wasn't slow.
For a 2-year-old?
Yeah.
That's really fast.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what you're doing. They just want to be with you, right? And so
time.
You're doing it right because the stuff that you're doing is stuff that's going to benefit them in the long term, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to sit around. They're not going to be connected to that TV or phone all day. So
and they love it. I mean, they're like, "Oh my god, yeah." They'll take their shirts off and they flex their muscles and they act like there was a really big workout. But there's nothing better for me. There's those things. I hope are things that they're going to remember for the rest of their lives. We're doing new things. We'll have some announcements here in a little bit, but one of my biggest things was I'm not going to take away from my family, and some of my favorite moments are driving my kids to school, and we put on stupid songs and we sing Moana, or we talk about, Kung Fu Panda, and we're rolling down the windows and we're waving to my sister when we see her, just doing silly stuff. Yep. But
Paw
it's
Patrol?
like those, Paw Patrol all the time.
Jesus, he told me about Paw Patrol. That
Get ready, bro.
Serious.
Yeah,
that is
ready.
it's like some crack in that song.
Captain Jake.
Yeah, exactly.
My God, my son just started.
But doing those things, it's like, man, I hope that they have those memories when they get older. Like I always remember my grandpa, when he would take me for walks and stuff, and it wasn't about, there was no monetary value to it at all. It was just about the times that we had together that we just made enjoyable.
Mine was swimming with mine. Same thing.
Yeah, and I just want that for my kids. Yeah. And that's a promise that I'm making, that I'm going to continue to do that. I'm not going to be an absentee father. I'm going to make sure I'm there. Yeah, business is going to grow and we're going to do things, but it's not going to overtake my life. And when it does, or if it tries to, I will sell my fucking businesses, no problem about it, and be with my kids. Yeah. And, I just hope that, audio should live forever, and that, my kids can listen to this when they get old enough, and their kids when they have kids, and just know that family is 100% the best thing in the world. So, that's it's cool to watch you going through your progression and doing the same thing.
Thanks. That's one of the coolest parts about the company that I work for and the people that I work for too. You guys have had all of my bosses on this podcast before.
We've been on the podcast.
Ari and Matt have both been on the podcast.
We've had both of them. Yeah,
Nate was, I think, hiding in the room.
He was.
But yeah, so it's very family oriented. We've got 34 dates, home dates minimum.
Family oriented, but for a family that goes to bed at 7:30.
Yeah, you're right.
I fucking
puck drop.
There's nothing more than I want to take my boys to a hockey game.
We need to change puck drop.
We got to get one.
Can you run that up the flagpole?
I'll run it up the ladder.
Just give me like 2 or 3 a year.
So Parker's pretty strict at 8:00 bedtime, but on those nights when he can come and hang with me at work, we stretch it out a little.
Yeah.
So, and you should see him at the games. That's like one of my other cool dad moments too. And now Reese is going to the games too, my little daughter. But having Parker like standing on the seat, just going ape shit, waving a rally towel is like,
when Gulliver comes by.
I'm not changing my job for anything. Like, this is the coolest thing in the world. And I mean, if I need to bring him to the office for a couple hours because one of the other babies needs to go to the hospital or something, we're all good, And like, I brought him into the office on Friday morning. Matt's like, "What's up, dude?" Gives him a fist bump, and we go to work.
Right.
Like, it's great to have that kind of support too, and that keeps that balance that you're talking about. Like, how do you balance being so busy with that, trying to do this hobby on the side, and whatever other kind of grinds I'm getting into right now. So it's really, really good to have that support system.
Do you have an announcement to make? You have some other grinds to get into? Are we breaking news?
Not just my rap career. Everybody knows
your
about
rap
my
career.
Rap career. No.
Do we have a YouTube page we can follow?
Soon, yeah.
What kind of advice would you give to? We have a lot of new amateur barbecue teams that have signed up this year, which is really cool for us because that's why we did this event, is to get people, an opportunity to come out and build their brand and compete. What advice would you give to them, having competed for now?
Can I say something? You guys' network is so solid too, because I get like people following me, and I'm like, who the hell is this? And I'm looking, like creeping on them, like who are they following? So I've connected with a couple of them. I don't know if I can. Big John, I've connected with Big John on Instagram, and we talk and we'll send pictures back and forth of stuff that we're prepping and stuff like that. But I guess my best advice for those guys coming out for the first time is just, I guess right now and a few days prior, like just humble yourself a little bit and just go in with knowing that you know what you're doing and what your barbecue is, but also like take your expectations and mediate them, like, I guess a little bit, right? Like,
I think that's great advice.
I'm a super competitive person. In that first year, I was like, I'm gonna go win this barbecue competition. I'm not gonna lie, I was just an asshole. I wasn't like mean to anybody or talking crap to anybody, but in my head, I was like, I'm gonna win this thing, and I was super humbled by it. So if I could go in with my year 2 mentality in year 1, it would have been an incredibly different experience. So get a 1-year head start on me, or just beat me tomorrow. Big John stuff looks pretty good.
Well, I think it's great. I think it's great advice too, because it is about a network, and it's not about our network. It's barbecue family, and when you hear somebody or you follow somebody, don't be afraid to reach out, follow them back if they've been on this podcast. I mean, anybody that's been on this podcast, there's a chance that we probably met them through social, through networking, through events like this. That's why we do events like this. Is people, they come together, and all of a sudden you have this barbecue family keeps growing, and it's part of that West Coast barbecue movement. It's the things that Derek and I are so passionate about. And, it's not just the amateur barbecue teams. We have barbecue restaurants that have been on this podcast. We have dessert companies. We have big companies like U.S. Foods, Big Green Egg, Hot Sauces, and more. What else can people expect this weekend, Derek, if they're coming out?
Beer.
Lots of beer.
We actually have a good beer list thanks to Brian and Corey. For the first time in 9 years, Cali Comfort's going to have a sign out there saying what's on tap, correct? Good job, guys. And so it's going to be a family-friendly event. We're going to do – did we get the obstacle course?
We did. County Park and Rec, Carl, who's been supporting this event. Nice. Yeah.
For the kids, so come on down with the kids. It's going to be big. I mean, don't be, the parking's always an issue.
Uber, Lyft,
please
carpool.
Uber, Lyft, do some carpooling.
Use those scooters. We can bring some of those scooters from downtown out here.
Yeah, we got firefighters that will be there.
San Miguel firefighters are competing, and they're doing People's Choice. First year.
I'm really excited about that. They actually, I won't even get into that, but we're really excited about San Miguel Fire Department. Corbin's Q is going to be there. Obviously, Valley Farm, Cali Comfort, Coops. We love you, Coops. Pork belly barbecue, char barbecue. We're just
Trails
the smoked hog, the smoked hog, and the trail. So Stacy Poon, who is one of our favorites, she's basically part of our family. She's going to be out there with Pops, grilling it up and serving to the community. So we're just excited to be able to do this again. We're getting afforded an opportunity to bring this community together every year. Like we talk about, it's a very eclectic group, and it doesn't matter about your age, your sex, your religion, your anything. It's just we all come together in the name of barbecue to kind of have fun, get to know the community, and just be here for one another. Stop dividing and come together.
Yeah, absolutely. And this week we're going to do a social shout out to our MC, who was sitting in on the podcast, but he left before we got to give him any love. But Anthony Long, he's been the MC since we started this event. He's Spring Valley.
1 year off?
He took 1 year off, and we realized the mistake we made when we didn't figure out a way to get him involved. But he's so involved that he flew out from Alabama to be here this week to help us organize this event. We're also going to be picking up Bill Curtis this weekend and get JC and Kim, and we can't put this event on without the incredible behind the scenes people that have really allowed this event to grow. That includes the people in this room, that includes the San Diego Gulls, that includes the SEALs that are coming out, the Andy, 10th Planet, he's coming out. Yep. He's going to be a sponsor. Josh from Next Gen. There's just so many people, and it's like Derek said, it's as eclectic as it gets. So if you want to have some barbecue, have some dessert samples, wobble a little bit, take some selfies, learn more about the West Coast barbecue movement, and just have a really, really good time on a Sunday, we'd love to have you out here. Derek, thank you for your time. Thank you for being part of the family. Please follow him on Instagram, on Twitter. He's a beast, as well as Facebook. And we'll put all those links in the show notes. He also did an awesome podcast with Shelly and Ben Higgins, Our Rendezvous, right after the Del Mar event, which really, it was cool because it encapsulated a lot of the things we touched on here, but he got a lot deeper about, kind of the barbecue family and people looking after each other. So we'll put a link to that podcast in the show notes, and we will see you on Sunday next week. Will be our election week with Landon Donovan. So make sure to check out that podcast, and we appreciate you guys listening. Thanks a lot. Hey guys, this is Sean and Derek, and we just really want to thank you for listening to the podcast. It means the world to us. We'd like you to go check out BehindTheSmokeMedia.com. That's our website where we have barbecue resources for you to help build your barbecue business. We also have events listed, so anything that's happening in the West Coast barbecue movement, anything that's going on, we want you to go check that out so you can learn more and get involved. We also have show notes from all the episodes, so anything we talked about in the episodes, you can find detailed show notes there. Plus, you can just get in touch with us. It's important that we're here as a resource for you, so please reach out. Let us know how Derek and I can help you with your barbecue journey. Get involved, stay curious, and follow us on social at Barbecue War Stories. We'll talk to you soon.